Hey, Professor Rigatoni.
Hey.
What you doing? What you doing on the block? This is Jersey Talk. You know us. You love us. It's Jersey Talk. I forgot my name. I have it on a list here.
Mine is apparently Professor Rigatoni's.
Oh, I am Big Mike Buffalino. Welcome to Jersey Talk. This is Bobby Spatafora, better known as Professor Rigatoni. That's the one.
They're all the same. You know, we really don't talk about.
Excuse me.
All pasta's the same. Come on.
Excuse me? I think we gotta take away someone's pasta doctorate over here. Your PhD. Your pasta Harvard doctor.
That's some of the brutal truths that you learn when you completely immerse yourself in the world of pasta. It's all the same ingredient.
I would love to immerse myself in a world of pasta.
You would.
I would like to descend into a tank full of mixed pastas and perhaps mixed sauces or just a vodka sauce, because you know that's kind of.
I love the vodka sauce.
It's kind of you got the Alfredo kind of in there, and you also got the tomato in there,
and you got the vodka.
And you got the vodka. You know what I'm talking about. This guy knows how to have a good time. Bottomie spatter for you, son of a bitch.
For me, though, it was like going to something like, Miskatonic University and reading the Necronomicon and realizing that there is a unseen world of unimaginable horror behind the veil that we see, that we live in our everyday. Going to Pasta University, I saw how the sausage is made. I saw the reality. The veil has dropped.
Right.
It's all the same ingredient going through different Play-Doh machines to make different shapes.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting introduction to Satanism.
Yes.
I, too, praise our Dark Lord.
Good.
I came to it through a different way.
Oh, okay.
They said they had virgins.
They typically do, but they kill them. They don't tell you that they kill them.
Yeah, that was the thing. I didn't want to do. That doesn't sit well with. I want to, maybe have sex with if they like to have sex.
You can't have sex.
I
because
would love to have a consensual with a virgin.
The demons, they don't drink the blood if it has cum in it. And
really?
I guarantee you. I guarantee you.
Don't. Interesting.
And so that's why
I don't know too much about, because there's no Italian vampires. Everyone knows
there's no Italian
we
vampires.
Love the sun too much, and we love our garlic too much. You
see Chinese vampires. The Chinese vampires, they typically hop.
Yeah.
They're known for hopping.
Yeah.
And they do kung fu. Then we have a Transylvanian, the typical. Vampire. That
they want to be let into every restroom now too. These Transylvanians. Yeah,
But, we typically see that they're the ones who dominate, really, like the vampire discourse.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
That's
like,
all I see online is trans this, trans that. I'm like, what's the big deal? It's a small country.
It's a small country.
It's no Italy.
And of course,
Italy whatsoever.
And of course, you got the black vampires, the Blackulas,
the Blackula,
the Eddie
Blackula
Murphys,
2.
The Blackula
bites again.
And so, but yeah, Italians, they are mercifully, I want to say.
We're Catholic too. We have too many crosses in our house. We burn up as soon as we enter the doorway.
That could be it. We're too Catholic.
Too Catholic. Too much garlic. Too many crosses. We like the sunlight too much. We go to the beach. That's the holiday. We go to the boardwalk. We go to the beach. We're out in the sun.
We're wearing our Speedos. We're going to the beach. Yeah, you know what? I think you just cracked the case. The Italians are the natural enemy. We're also wearing silver jewelry all the time.
Oh,
like
so werewolves too.
Werewolves too.
Italians.
But they don't talk about silver also hurts vampires.
It does.
It does.
Interesting. Well, so yeah,
but
I mean, think about it. And also, like Frankenstein, that's a German thing.
That's a German thing.
Weird shit over there.
We Italians, as for like cryptids and monsters, we got very few of them.
No, we're a pure country. We got the vino.
We got a pasta.
We got the mozzarella. well,
we got a lot of hair covering all of our vital body parts, so it can't be bitten by animals.
Yeah,
very tough, dark horse hair, so we can't be bitten by vampires.
I got so much hair on my back. You have no idea.
I got so much on my neck.
Oh my god!
I don't even know where my beard begins and then my chest hair ends.
No.
That's how it goes.
You kind of starting to look a little bit like an Italian bear.
Italian werewolf.
Yeah, like if you only fed a bear ravioli for a couple years, if you just had a garbage dumpster full of ravioli, that's kind of the bear you look like.
I wake up in a cold sweat thinking about that.
Yeah.
But I think we did crack a case here. I think like the Italian way of life is the safest way if you want to avoid a vampire.
Absolutely. This is what I'm saying. Being Italian is the anti-vampire. And you can't be a vampire if you're Italian. It just doesn't work.
No, you just if they bite you, you crumble to dust. You have too much garlic in your blood.
No, absolutely.
You got a silver cross around your neck. You got everything. It's naturally adverse to being vampirized.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, vampires also very averse to Tom Ford cologne and cheap cocaine.
We got plenty of
so much of that.
You know, and we already got enough red sauce as it is.
Red sauce.
We got the gravy. You know, our blood is basically tastes like marinara already.
Oh, that's how we do it in Jersey. You know
how we do it in Jersey.
If you're in Jersey and you're not Italian American, what are you doing in What are you doing in my town?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing in my town?
No, you want to get the fuck out right now.
You don't belong here, boy.
Oh, what are you doing?
You don't belong here, boy.
Get out.
It's time to leave New Jersey.
Oh, wow. This what a revelation. The reason why Italians don't have any monsters?
Yeah.
We are the monsters.
We was the monsters all along.
This
is clear to me now. Sometimes they say monsters are in real life, and I think Mussolini, an Italian, proved that.
You know, Lady Gaga, another Italian.
Oh,
she calls.
Is that why she got the big old Italian schnoz?
She got the big old Italian schnoz.
Okay, that's a beautiful schnoz.
She calls her fans monsters.
Oh, yeah. Well, she had the album Born a Monster. Born This Way, a monster, something.
Because she was born Italian.
She was
born a monster.
Yeah, that's true. That song is about being Italian, isn't it?
Yeah.
I need to listen to more Gaga.
Well, I wonder what our own weaknesses are that we have to avoid out for Italian hunters. Because you got vampire hunters, you got werewolf hunters. So by that logic, there has to be an Italian hunter.
Yeah, there's definitely got to be an Italian hunter. I think that's called a domestic abuse detective.
Those sons of bitches.
They're a Van Helsing.
They're Van Helsing.
No.
They are the way that you would defeat an Italian.
Well, yeah. If I want to fight my fucking dad, I'm gonna fight my fucking dad. You know? That's just what Big Mike Buffalino motherfucking does.
You come home at 5 p.m. The gravy and the pasta ain't done.
Get out of town.
Get out of town.
Get out of town.
Someone's getting 5 across the eyes, I tell you right now.
Oh, Dad. I love him, though. I love him. But I will kill that man someday.
Yeah, I'll kill him.
Mark my words. But don't use it against me. You know what I'm saying? No, this is seriously not evidence. This is a joke.
Yeah,
it's for comedic purposes only. I'm gonna kill my dad.
It could be like Alien versus Predator. It could be one of those type of films.
Yeah,
like Freddy versus Jason, except it'll be Italian versus Italian.
Oh, monster versus monsters.
Monsters versus monsters.
Yeah. Right. Good point. Welcome to Soy Trek.
Welcome to Soy Trek.
My name is Britton.
I am Pat.
We have this podcast here called Soy Trek. It just split into 2 more podcasts. If you like our comedy, go check out Dumb Idiot Bullshit. If you like our movie reviews, go check out the Media Dungeon.
Yeah.
Otherwise, keep listening to this podcast.
This is for Star Trek.
This is just for Star Trek now.
Yes.
And our stupid characters. I don't know why we don't save those for the comedy podcast.
Yeah.
I have a list of characters, by the way. take a look at the characters we've already performed.
Yes.
So, what's going on, Patrick? How you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, cool. We're here to talk about DS9 Season 2, Episode 19, Blood Oath today.
Blood Oath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is like one of my favorite ones.
It's really great, but we'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah.
For now, we are going to talk about our Patreon. At patreon.com/dumbIdiotBS. We have a whole bunch of tiers where you can get a whole bunch of stuff for as little as free, but, also as little as $2 a month. You can help support this show and our other shows, the entire Dumb Idiot Bullshit podcast network.
Oh, yeah.
With our 4 shows. 5 shows, because we've got an archive show now too. Over 100 episodes of Getting Head, a Bucket Cast, my former podcast with Spencer Hodge, former host of this, co-host of this podcast, an occasional guest.
All about Buckethead.
All about Buckethead and music and stuff. But anyway, we also have Dumb Idiot Bullshit, our comedy podcast. We have the Media Dungeon, which we have a tier on our Patreon for. We have Prison Breakdown, podcast I produce, done by 2 professors about
So you're gonna learn something.
Prison stuff. Yeah, it's academic, but it's also very chill. There's a lot of jokes. I joked about killing myself on a recent episode.
Classic.
They had a good laugh, or I edited in a good laugh of theirs to make it sound like they weren't so concerned for me.
You read the Garfield joke book and had them laugh from that, and then cut it together.
Yeah, and then I did this one. I was talking about myself.
So that's good that you have one that you learn something that, and then the other ones actually make you dumber.
Yeah, absolutely. So, thanks for everyone who helps support our shows. And if you pay $5 or more a month on our Patreon, we mention your name and say thank you to people just like Electric Baphomet, Joe DeVideo, John Simcox, Jonah Hearn, Nick Savard, Nova, Shane Sawyer, Skeptic, Abigail Simpson, Asher Pliskin, Benjamin Van Galen, Big Strong Boy, Gabe Siciliano, Gillian McCrary, Iggy, James Hartman, Jose Martinez, Kyle Simmons, Laura Flame, Papa Poison, PJ Hale, Robert Yolito, Roberto Molina. I have them right next to each other. I should not put them right next to each other, but I did this alphabetically. So Sebastian Michael de Fritas Mejer. I probably got that wrong. I'm sorry. 7 of 9. SFC Punk, Shane Williams, Tim Wilkinson, Awful Star Trek Drawings, Jordan Hale, David Craning Sites, Dylan Lance, Ethan Adams, Gursky, Jor Moore, Sam Mayo, and our good friends over at the Bruce Campbell and Anamorphin Time podcast.
Anamorphin Time,
Yeah. Good people. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of new people.
A couple new people.
Yeah.
A lot of our longtime followers, listeners.
Nice.
We got some loyal folks. We thank everyone for your support.
Yeah, we love you.
Yeah, we also have tiers where you can get merch, whole bunch of stuff. Just go check it out. Patreon.com/dumbIdiotBS.
And if y'all ever need like O positive blood or something, I'll give it to you.
I'll take it from you. I got some needles.
Yeah. Britt will send you a
bucket of blood.
Yeah, if you ever hurt and you need some O positive blood, I'm a universal donor. Just to ask, and Britt will siphon my blood out and send it to you in like a Ziploc bag.
Or a fucking oil can or something.
Yeah, like oil can. It's like,
you can't take advantage of that if you're a vampire though, because he's part Italian.
I'm part Italian,
and so he's the monster, and you can't drink monster blood.
You can't drink monster blood.
You got silver in your veins. And garlic.
And garlic. Oh yeah, do you eat a lot of garlic?
Oh yeah, you do. I can smell it in your farts. So let's get into Blood Oath. Speaking of farts,
Blood Oath.
Blood fart.
Blood fart. That has to be a movie that exists.
I hope not.
If it doesn't, we have to make it.
So Blood Oath by DS9 episode, Season 2, Episode 19.
Yeah, I forgot this was such an early episode.
It was a pretty early episode, surprisingly. So it first aired on March 27th, 1994, 30 years ago.
I'm sorry. I just looked up Blood Fart. There's 2 movies.
That rocks.
Tear at Blood Fart Lake.
Okay.
And Return to Blood Fart Lake.
Okay, Blood Fart Lake. That's fun.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all good. So this episode is the 38th episode overall released of DS9 and the 316th episode overall released in Star Trek as a series. The teleplay is written by Peter Allen Fields, who wrote 3 TNG episodes, including The Inner Light.
Awesome.
And
I love that episode.
Yeah, 10 DS9 episodes, which with a lot of good ones, including Dax Duet, which is one of the best episodes, right?
Yeah.
For the uniform, and he wrote the story for In the Pale Moonlight.
Whoa.
I know. So this guy's a fucking legend. Big ups
Holy
to
shit.
fucking Peter Allen Fields.
That's awesome.
Absolute legend.
Yeah, those are all bangers.
100%. Yeah, I had to like pick and choose which were good ones because I didn't want to read his entire 13 thing resume. So this one was directed by Winrick Kolbe, who has directed 48 episodes of Star Trek overall, including 16 of TNG, 13 of DS9, 18 of Voyager, and 1 of Enterprise. Some of the best episodes include Darmok, All Good Things.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, Our Man Bashir, and Scorpion Part 2.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Damn.
So, yeah, some really good ones.
So they really brought out, like, I mean, it makes sense because they had, like, Star Trek royalty, basically, in this.
Yeah.
Almost. So it's just
I mean, these were guys who had just worked on TNG before, though. I mean,
TOS.
No, TNG. Oh, no.
I meant like the star actors.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to bring in, like, the good guy.
Right.
The best writer, best director.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. So they definitely, this is an A team here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, definitely A team for those guys.
Yeah.
Which is great because, give them a lot of respect for, these guys they're still acting. They're like, I think they're like, what, in their 60s and 70s in this episode.
Probably,
so, yeah.
It's kind of surprising how many like old dudes they have playing Klingons in this series, because like even J.D. Hertzler is like in his late 40s, I think, when he starts playing Martok.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So you want to dive right in? Let's do it. We open in Quark's bar, and Quark is talking with Odo. Apparently, a Klingon has overextended his time in the holosuite doing a Klingon battle and has threatened to kill Quark if he turns it off. Odo orders him to turn the holosuite off, and so Quark does. The Klingon, my motherfucker Kor, comes out, who we just talked about because he was in the time trap from TAS.
Yeah,
and he's also
but it wasn't actually him, the actor.
Yeah, it wasn't him. It was James Doohan playing him.
Yeah,
but. Kor also was in the original TOS. And so they brought back the exact same actor for him, which I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
They brought back all the original actors for like the 3 most popular Klingons from TOS, which I'm surprised they landed all 3 of them like fucking 30 years later.
Yeah.
25 years later.
Yeah, like Koloff also played Trelane. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Koloff.
Wait, this guy played? No, Koloff did. Okay,
Koloff
yeah. That makes sense because I'm like, this guy seems like a little fruity for a Klingon, but I like him. I like his energy.
Yeah, and I was reading like apparently like they were able to get Kor and Kang pretty fast. Like they were still acting. Yeah. They couldn't find Koloff at first, and it turns out like at that point he was just doing like Star Trek cruises.
Oh, that's amazing.
So he was just like, and so the reason I couldn't find him at first because he was at sea doing Star Trek tour cruises.
That rocks.
Yeah, which is great. Like I'm glad
he could cash out on a single role. That rocks.
Oh yeah, he's also Trelane too. So like
that's true.
But that does rock. I mean, why wouldn't you want at like the age of like 60 something like just want to just like hang out on a cruise ship and
that sounds awesome. And be a celebrity to like because you're a big deal to like everyone on that cruise ship.
Oh yeah, and
like you can smash and dash. People want to always fuck a celebrity.
Yeah, but yeah, just getting that Star Trek tail.
Hell yeah.
And then probably like a free room and then all you could eat.
Right.
And all you could drink.
Oh yeah. You get that drink package, baby. So we got Kor in here now, and he's incensed and drunk for someone turning off the holosuite. Odo says people are waiting to celebrate his victory, which he is pleased with, and walks off with him. Mm-hmm. Next, a Klingon appears at Odo's desk. Odo asks how he got in, and he says his name is Koloth. Odo says that doesn't answer the question, and Koloth says it does, which is one of the best character moments, one of the best written moments in all of Trek for me.
Absolutely.
I love this. I think about it a lot. I totally forgot it was from this episode, because this is an episode I think of another moment from, and I just love this episode so much. Yeah, it's just such good writing. It lets you know this guy's a fucking legend and he knows it.
Yeah, and especially since they also, like, it is touched upon in this episode that they do come from, like, almost a different age for Klingons.
Yeah.
Where they were just strictly just, like, at full on, just, like, animosity with with the Federation. At this point, like, you know, they do enjoy, like, you know, a truce. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like, they've almost, like, aged out and become almost obsolete in the terms of just like the greater.
Yeah, and in terms of politics, it's just like people who are still living in the Cold War for us.
Yeah. They're just like, like their age is past.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And it should also be mentioned that they don't look like their original Klingon selves at all here. They have the rigid foreheads. And like on TOS, you know, all three of these guys they were kind of just like orientalized to be Klingons, whereas now they've got, you know, they look like a Worf type Klingon, the TNG type Klingon.
Yeah, I read one of them ask like why do I look different? And I think there was some discussion.
Yeah, there was some discussion, and they said it was a natural aging process that Klingons go through. And so it would be interesting if they did just have old Klingons with that, and the younger Klingons didn't have like ridges or anything.
But you could see like they probably definitely don't want to do that because it comes off as both orientalized and also kind of like blackface.
So, both at the same time. It is brown yellow face.
Let's make them look kind of like they look like horseshoe crabs or something like on their faces.
Right. We can still use the same makeup, but let's like really do up the foreheads and the noses to let you know, hey, they're fucking aliens. They're not supposed to like represent a certain race at all.
No.
Honestly, I always thought that most of the actors that played Klingons were black. I didn't realize like the Goron and Martok and several other actors who played prominent Klingons, I didn't realize they were white until like very recently.
Gowron's like British. And then J.G. Hertzler.
I mean, you can still be British and black, but he's not.
But Kang is Syrian.
Oh, really?
Interesting. I was looking up. He's. I guess like at one point in his career, like I guess like people were saying that he was Egyptian, but then like it turns out that like no, he's from Syria.
Interesting. So Koloth demands his friend Kor back. Odo takes him to drunk and sleeping Klingon Kor away in holding. Koloth admonishes Kor for being dishonorable and tells Odo to keep him. Kor lays back down and goes to sleep. We get credits 4 minutes and 10 seconds in. A cute little opening here.
Yeah.
Next, Odo exits a lift and gives Kira a pad, telling her it's been a Klingon afternoon, which is his racist way of saying Klingons are on the ship, and he does not like it. Like if you said that about any race, it'd be fucked up.
You're going to HR.
Yeah, straight up. There's no HR in this motherfucker. HR is fucking what Cisco says is okay. Like,
yeah, we will. It's good to see. Like, I mean, I guess not good to see, but yeah, cops are still racist in the future.
Totally. So he says Kor is one of these Klingons, and Jadzia is suddenly curious. He says the other is Koloth, and Jadzia knows something's up. She asks Kira and Odo to come with her, you know, like together in a threesome. Yeah, she wants to orgasm at the same time. They're like, we're being paid right, and we're at work. Not now.
Not now.
So in the holding cell, Kor is singing old war songs about himself. Jadzia asks he be released to her and asks Kor if he knew a Curzon Dax, which, as we know, is Jadzia Dax's former host.
Yes,
or Dax the symbiont's former host,
who was a diplomat that was famous for establishing better relations with the Klingon Empire.
And also being a great friend to Benjamin Sisko. And one of his oldest friends.
Yes.
But he died having sex. Yeah. Because he's a fucking baller.
His dick got bent.
Yeah. So Kor is excited and says he loves that motherfucker, but it's been 81 years since they last saw each other. Jadzia says she's Curzon now, and proves it by naming his injuries only he would know about. She also tells him about the weird bump on his dick.
Yeah. That was because of Curzon.
Yeah. Damn you, Curzon! So Kor is overjoyed, and we get maybe my favorite moment in all of Trek.
Yeah.
Kor hugs Jadzia and says, Curzon, my beloved old friend. Jadzia says, it's Jadzia now. And he repeats, Jadzia, my beloved old friend, and embraces her just the same.
Yeah.
And it just makes me so happy. It's just such a moment of like acceptance.
Yeah, trans acceptance.
Trans acceptance. He's like, oh, my old friend's a girl now. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's still my old friend.
Yeah. I, when you said like, oh, we're doing Blood Oath, I'm like, oh yeah, I know it's because this scene that's this classic scene that is like shared, especially on the internet, like it's very pro trans moment.
Yeah, and it's like subtle, but it's there. It's definitely there.
Yeah,
we love it. We love to see.
Yeah, like Kor loves Dax for who they are, no matter what they look like.
Hell yeah. So Kor and Jadzia make their way to find Kolath. Kor and Jadzia enter a bar where Kolath is eating. Kolath wonders why they sent a lieutenant to greet him, and Jadzia revealed that they're Dax.
That's why I liked how Kolath is like delicately cutting a cheesecake.
Yeah, and he's just got like some like human ass food or something.
Yeah, he's got a tiny little like
dainty ass cheesecake.
Yeah,
it looks good as hell though. Yeah, it looks alien and good.
Yeah, it has some sort of like weird. It almost looks like a cellular peptide cake. Almost.
A little bit, yeah. So Jadzia reveals that they're Dax, like Curzon Dax, much to the shock of Koloth. Kor calls it a beautiful mistake, which is also, again, so cool.
Yeah.
Even though he's like, definitely, like, I could fuck Curzon now.
Yeah, he's just like, you know what? Why not?
Yeah. We're old buddies. He's seen my dick before, so. Jadzia asks if Kang is coming, which he is. He's right behind them and claims after 82 years he has finally found the albino. So there's some intrigue here. I really like how this is set up. This is like a good caper.
Yeah, kind of like doing like almost like a Three Musketeers type story.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely. Like a revenge caper kind of thing.
Yeah, and like an older Three Musketeers story where they have like one of their little like noviates.
Yeah,
like bring them along on one last hurrah.
Right. So in her quarters, Jadzia offers some tea to everybody, and Kang asks if it's the same Dax that gave a blood oath 8 decades ago. She says she's still godfather to Kang's son, and he's resistant towards this. Kang says he got the location of the albino sanctuary from an amulet from the albino's deceased and discarded wife.
Damn.
There are 40 men at this compound. Kang is determined to cut his heart out and eat it while he watches. Pretty cool, Kang.
Pretty cool.
Pretty fucking cool. So Kang and Jadzia are talking, and Jadzia tells him about Curzon's death. He died, well, fucking.
Yeah.
Fucking and sucking. Kang praises Curzon, and Jadzia says the blood oath was very important to him.
But he's like, he should have died in battle.
Yeah. It was a death not worthy of him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's so Klingon. I love that.
Yeah.
Kang asks if she intends to eat from the heart of the albino, as a blood oath cannot be broken. Kang releases Jadzia from the oath.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want to be released.
Because that does come up a lot, especially, is a frequent story with Dax is like, Dax's previous life coming up to, come back to them, and even though they're Jadzia or like later Ezri, just like they got to deal with their past life stuff.
Yeah, which is a great storyline and a great way to like insert new stories and like kind of, put them on a character who doesn't fit that character profile necessarily, but you can explain why, a story that doesn't fit their profile is happening to them with that, which is a great out. I love it.
Yeah.
Great writing out. So next, Jadzia is working with Kira and asks her how many people she killed in the Resistance, which is a very that's not an okay question to ask anyone at work.
Yeah.
Straight up. You can't. This proves there's no HR here, because like if I was Kira, I'd be like, I need to go talk to someone.
Yeah.
Like, you can't ask that question. Like, if I've worked with tons of people who have been in the military, and you know how many times I asked them about how many people they killed? 0.
Yeah, 0.
A negative amount of times.
Yeah.
I would have killed myself in the bathroom if I would have let that slip, even if I thought it, ever.
Yeah, it's typically not a good, because like they're working on some science thing.
Right, exactly.
And then like, Kira, how many people did you kill?
Well, she's like, and she says, too many.
Yeah.
Too many. Jadzia asks if she knows who she was killing, and this is too much for Kira, because if someone
She's like, okay, first of all, I didn't kill them.
Yeah.
I fought them to the death because they're fucking Nazis. I didn't kill men. I killed Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't kill no men. I killed Kardashians.
Yeah. Exactly.
So Kira asks if Jadzia's thinking of killing somebody, and Jadzia tells the story of the albino and his Depredators, which is a cool name for anything, attacking Klingon colonies. 3 Klingon captains were sent to stop him: Kor, Koloth, and Kang. After he was bested, the albino fled and spent his time taking revenge by killing the firstborn of all 3 of the captains. One of those was Jadzia's godson. Jadzia says she feels obligation to them. Kira says when you take someone's life, you lose a part of your own as well, which is great writing.
Yeah.
Fucking great line there. Next we see Kor, Quarks, and he has 2 Dabo girls sitting on his lap. I'm like, damn, Kor, you getting it.
He's just like, I wish I had a third hand, for now do I have the pleasure or the palate?
Yes.
He needs to reach for his...
I already have 2 dicks.
Yeah. Now I need 3 hands so I can hold these 2 girls and use another one to drink my beer.
Yes. So Jadzia tells them they need a minute and tells him she wants to go on the mission against the albino. But Kang and Koloth apparently aren't about it.
I do love how just like cool and just like rides with anything Kor is.
Yeah.
Kor is like the Kor is like, I wish I could remember the names of the 3 Musketeers, like, because there's one that's
D'Artagnan.
I think he's the D'Artagnan of the bunch.
So she asks Kor to talk to them about it, and he's resistant. She talks about his former glory, and he feels shamed for becoming old and fat. But Jadzia says her memories are still of Kor, a great warrior. Kor calls for more wine. So in the holosuite, Koloth is doing a Batleth kata, and Jadzia comes up on him.
I will say he does a pretty good job.
He looks a little drunk.
Yeah, but I mean, like Koloth doing his Batleth stuff.
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
It's all right.
I mean, for it being his age.
Yeah, I guess so. He says she's not coming, and she's like, oh yeah, and orders a custom Batleth from the holosuite and goads him into a fight by calling him old and feeble. The 2 battle as Kor and Kang arrive in the holosuite. Koloth eventually beats her, but tells her that her presence in their fight against the albino will be welcome. But Kang disagrees and tells her that she is not coming. The 3 Klingons leave into Quarks, and the other 2 chastise Kor for being sickly and old. Jadzia sits down at a table with Kang, and she wants to come on the mission. She reminds him of Curzon's Kajunk Pak, which is Klingon for giant fucking balls. Because Curzon had some. Yeah. And she says Curzon...
Long and stinky.
Big old hairy balls. She says Curzon understands the oath they took, and Kang dishonors themselves by putting their honor above theirs. He gives up and tells her to come with them and be damned with them. So next, we get the kind of the token Cisco scene in the episode. It is actually we see him once more, but this is the only part he has a line.
Yeah, because but
it's actually absolutely necessary.
He has been in every single episode. Right?
He has. Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep. They have to always have a Cisco scene. I believe they have to always have a scene for basically everyone on the principal cast except for Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and the Cisco scene in this is excellent. Like it just every time
it's a necessary scene.
Yeah. Every time he's on scene, like he always does such a great job. That's why he's my favorite captain.
Yeah. So he comes in and tells her no leave of absence will be permitted, and she can't go on this trip.
Yeah.
He says her oath to Starfleet is greater than her blood oath. He says he knew Curzon, but doesn't understand why he signed up for this. He asks if Jadzia is really capable of doing this, and if she can just return as if nothing has happened. She says that's up to him.
Yeah. I do like how it is, like, he can order it, but he knows how important it is to them, and just being respectful of, like, culture, the Klingon culture, and but
and also of Curzon's wishes too.
Curzon's wishes, because they were best friends, and so it's like Jadzia is definitely putting Cisco in a place,
tough spot. Right.
Or it's just like could potentially like have a career-ending trip for Jadzia,
or a life-ending trip,
and
then he'd have that on his conscience.
Yep, and then be responsible for that, both personally and professionally. Just have to because what if this causes like a greater conflict?
Honestly, God, they should have saved this for the end of season 6. If they wanted to kill off Jadzia, this would have been the one.
Well, at the time they didn't know they were going to have to.
Yeah, exactly.
There's this, and that's Rick Berman's
something
problem.
Something like this would have been so much better than the way she did die, I think.
Yeah, and especially if
something Klingon as fuck.
Especially at that point, Worf and Jadzia would have been married.
Yeah.
And so that would have and there would have been some extenuating circumstance of why Worf couldn't be there, and then Worf have to, live with that, live with the knowledge that he should have been there with Jadzia at that time or something.
Right.
Yeah, it would have been a devastating thing, but we would have. Ultimately, we would have liked if Jadzia had never died.
Yeah, we love Jadzia. I wish she was still there so we could have more Jadzia in Trek. Straight up, I want her in one of the shows where they're extending the universe. I'd be fine with her in Prodigy. That'd be so fucking sick.
I mean, it could also have Ezri in some way.
Yeah, and Nicole DeBoer. I didn't realize she was in Cube until the other day.
She was what? Oh yeah, Cube? She was in Cube. Yeah.
I didn't realize that was her. Yeah. Cube's interesting. The acting's not good, but it's a good movie.
No, it also has the one dude from Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Is that
the husband? The husband that makes Hedwig get the sex.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was that guy.
He's also in. He always shows up in Canadian stuff.
Oh, nice.
Because he
Canadian people do that. They got a lot of government funded shit.
Yeah, one of the last things I saw him in, he showed up randomly in the movie Kid Detective, which I love. It's one of my favorite movies.
Cool.
I was just like, oh my god, it's the Cube guy.
So next we're on a Klingon ship, and they're going over plans to storm the Albino's compound. And I believe this is what they based storming Bin Laden's compound on.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing.
They're like, all right, boys, gather around. This is the procedure we're going to use.
They're all operator types, drinking Black Rifle coffee together, sharpening their knives, and showing each other their EDCs.
Oiling their beards.
Yeah. Talking about the Mug Club.
Yeah, Mug Club.
Yeah, so... Jadzia tries to push for a covert attack, but Kang wants to do a commando attack. All agree that today is a good day to die, and they go to sharpen their batlets. Jadzia asks Kang why he is inviting death. She says this is a kamikaze mission, and she said if it were someone else, she would swear that he was paid to lead them there. Kang says when he was pursuing the albino years earlier, the albino contacted him, saying he was tired of running and inviting him to one final glorious battle with 40 of his best men, and Kang agreed to it. He says it's their last chance, but either way, it'll be a worthy death. Jadzia says Klingons treat death like a lover, embracing it, and they should not embrace it so easily.
Yeah. Especially when it's like we can see like, damn, Klingons live so fucking long.
I know, because Core is in fucking TOS. This is 130 years later.
Yeah,
like it's a bit, you know.
Yeah, they're old as fuck.
Yeah,
they would have to. They're probably like 100, at least 130, 160 plus.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, they're old as fuck, baby.
Yeah. And they're still fucking and drinking and
fucking and sucking,
causing problems.
Hell yeah, modern medicine.
Yeah,
modern Kronos medicine. So Kang says it's their last chance, but either way, it will be a worthy death. Jadzia says Klingons treat death like a lover. We already said that. Okay, so Jadzia begins to scheme to disable their disruptor banks to even the odds with them.
Which makes sense. It's like there's only 4 of them. They're just like, 4 against 40, that's fine.
Sure, yeah. She says they should cloak and sharpen their blades. Kang says, perhaps it's a good day to live.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick. On the Albino's planet, they are at the compound, sneaking in when Jadzia points out the Albino doesn't want a glorious battle, and the whole place is booby-trapped with a giant mine at the front door.
That is so funny that he's old as fuck too.
Yeah.
But it is funny that he's scared of like 3 old dudes.
Yeah. Yep. 3 old dudes and a little lady. This should be the sequel to 3 Men and a Baby.
Yeah. 3 old Klingons and a little lady.
Yeah. I would have. And a worm. And a worm.
And a worm.
Yeah, the tagline could be like, would you die with me if I was a worm? The whole place is booby-trapped. They plan for battle, and Koloth says he's just going to ask where the Albino is and wanders off. Kang says they need to shut down their sensors, and Kor says that will alert them, so he plans on making a diversion to misdirect them. But Jadzia says he's too slow to run across the field and volunteers to do the misdirect and the running. They put their plan into action. Koloth finds a guard and gets confirmation that the Albino is inside by sticking his bat'leth to his neck. It's pretty great.
I do love how they're like, I'm going to find out the information. They're like, how? I'm going to ask someone.
Yeah. He just wanders off and threatens to kill a guy. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he rocks.
So then the Klingons break a bunch of people's necks and Jadzia punches a guy out. They blow up a building and the Albino tries to escape. But all his guards' phasers are down. So he's like, put bayonets on the phasers and show them to go after them in hand-to-hand combat. Yeah. The Albino tries to lock down the compound as the power and sensors go down. The Klingons easily beat the guards in hand-to-hand combat and storm the building the Albino's in. They beat the guards, but Koloth and Kang are both stabbed. Kang says he will sing stories of Koloth's honor, and children will know of this day as Koloth's eyes close forever. R.I.P. to a fucking king. We love Koloth.
Koloth rules.
Koloth fucking rocks. Kang fights the Albino, who gets the best of him after his bat'leth breaks, and he is stabbed. Down for the count. He says no vengeance today, but Jadzia comes from behind and disarms him. The Albino dares her to kill him and laughs at her. But Kang, still behind him, stabs him from behind with a broken bat'leth and thanks Jadzia for saving the death blow for him. Kor wanders over and asks where Koloth is. Kang says he's dead, and Kor says it is a good day to die.
Yeah.
Jadzia says it's never a good day to lose a friend.
Oh.
Kor sings a Klingon song of mourning.
Yeah, I was surprised he didn't throw his head back and yell to let them know the warriors are coming.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, he did it in his own way. But
he was probably breathing hard, and he was stabbed too, I think.
Yeah, I did wish Kang lived though.
Yeah,
like because that's one thing you see the narrative is. Kang is depressed. His son was killed.
Yeah.
And he has no will to live.
Yeah.
And so I feel like the arc should have been he finds after his victory, he finds reason to go on and finally start living his life instead of being obsessed with revenge.
Yeah.
And instead, like, he dies, which he probably likes anyway. He got to see.
No, he gets to go to fucking Stovacor, dog.
Yeah, he just died.
He
died fighting his greatest enemy. So, and, you kind of have. I guess you have to look at it through the Klingon perspective. Instead of like, dying and not dying in battle.
Yeah,
he got to die killing his greatest enemy. So, it's a good ending for him in a way. But I
think it's a great ending for him. It's a very Klingon ending. For
very
him.
Klingon ending, but it is just like you kind of just like by this part of the episode, you're just kind of wishing like, oh, come on, Kang, live.
Yeah. Oh, we got just a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little more. So, back on DS9, Jadzia reports for duty again after the mission.
Mm-hmm.
Sisko looks at her disapprovingly. Kira looks at her without trust. Things are not the same.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah, she did
consequences.
She did a consequence.
She got a consequence.
That's one thing DS9 loves. It's like
consequences for actions. Yeah. Gosh, there's so much to say about this episode that I fucking love.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun fucking caper, brilliantly written. It's got so many moments.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 3 or 4 scenes in here that are some of my favorite in all of Star Trek.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's a great Klingon episode. It almost feels like a Ronald D. Moore Klingon episode in the way that it like kind of pads out the universe.
It does, yeah, and because Kang does talk a lot like just how how much Klingon culture has changed, and yeah, I mean, and again like stressing just how out of place he feels in the new Klingon Empire. It's just like he's like old warriors like me, like now we have Klingons selling God to people in this, this gas station or whatever he says. But he's just like, lamenting like, oh yeah, like, back in his heyday, back when like they were all fighting Kirk.
The glory days.
The glory days, like those were the good days, and now he's just kind of like. Now he's kind of just like forgotten about, and Klingons, seems like they're incredibly long lived, but they never want to live this long,
right?
And it's just like
they want to die in battle way before this.
Yeah, like living this age is almost kind of like an embarrassment to him, and he just lived through the great age of when they were all dying valiantly in battle against the Federation, and now they're.
He was too good. He was too good a captain.
And now they have there's a store at there's a place in the food court.
Yeah.
For Klingon
there's
food.
A fucking Klingon McDonald's now.
There's a Klingon McDonald's. And the dude dances around with an accordion and sings for people. And just like he's disgusted and which is great.
We are justice to these people.
Yeah, we're justice to them. But yeah, it's really great, and I want to say like I think also like for these characters, I'm sure they didn't have too much. I'm sure they had probably some input, but just to see how like the golden age Klingons, these actors like have approached their roles in comparison to like how we see like Kirk and Picard have aged. They've gotten better with time, and I feel like this is like. I feel like this is a more fully realized like arc for them, and just like in terms of age and actually addressing like how their place in the world at their age and everything else.
And honestly, like I think DS9 is better than any other Trek series and a lot of shows at addressing like age and aging. And I would say a great twofer would be watching this episode and then once more into the Breach right after the last core episode.
Yeah.
It's like part of his arc. I think he's in a couple more episodes of DS9.
Yeah, I think too. Like he has like the Kahless.
Yeah. So he's in a couple more episodes, but which is great because he does. I think he fully embodies like the Klingon. Oh, he's so good at being a Klingon.
He's so good.
I love him.
Like he ate every scene he was in.
So, yeah, he's a guy like Robert O'Reilly or J.G. Hertzler, who is like commits to being a Klingon.
Yep.
And when they're in that makeup, they are that character.
Yep.
They're not just getting a paycheck.
Yep.
Like they're into it.
and the three of them really embody like the different kind of like personalities that exist within the Klingon Empire.
Yeah,
like you have like the core, like the drunk. He loves life. He embraces life.
The drunk old man who never got to die in battle.
Yeah, he's like a great warrior. He's boisterous. He lives life to the fullest. And you have like Koloth. He's like a very like stoic warrior. And Kang just like he definitely has like those ideals. He's like very principled person and kind of stoic, kind of like a Worf almost.
Yeah, for sure.
And so like I do like how you had the three different.
Yeah, they all have their own flavor to them.
Own flavor, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that was super well done. This is just a really well written episode. You can tell it's written and directed by someone who really loves Trek.
Yep.
Who really is interested in Klingons.
Yeah.
And someone who just like has a good sense of fun. Like this is a fun episode.
It's a very fun episode.
Very fun little episode. It's one of the few like episodes that's like not part of any arc whatsoever, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could say it's part of Kor's arc.
Yeah,
Jadzia's arc.
Kor comes back a couple times.
Yeah, in Jadzia's arc and getting like more into being a Klingon because she definitely becomes a Klingon weeb from this point on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it does set up like her her and Worf. It really like kind of builds that.
Although
seed.
Worf isn't in this episode. I mean, Worf isn't on the series for 2 more seasons.
No, he's not.
TNG's still going.
But like it sets up that kind of like seed of understanding like her initial attraction to Worf.
Right. Why she's really into Klingons.
Really into Klingons and Klingon culture, and establishes like she has like a bunch of knowledge and she's really kind of almost lived the Klingon experience, just like
through
going
Curzon. She's got a lot of memories,
and she in like fact that she went on this suicide mission with 3 of the greatest Klingons.
That makes her a fucking Klingon legend, baby.
Yeah, it makes her a Klingon legend.
And Worf's probably pissed that she's got more songs about her than he does.
I know.
He's got just the one song. There once was a Klingon in Starfleet. Starfleet fucking sucks.
He got smashed by a barrel.
Starfleet fucking sucks.
He got beat up by every alien.
Starfleet fucking sucks.
Yeah, his songs don't.
He abandoned his child. Starfleet fucking sucks.
Yeah, God, yeah. Just like the fact that he abandoned Alexander or just hates Alexander.
Yeah, after his mom died, he's like, I can't deal with this.
Yeah, it's like
I got a job to do. They're like, you don't need a job. You could just take care of your kid if you want. Nope,
not gonna do that.
That sounds like a no option to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him to my Russian Jewish parents, the foster parents.
You too will enjoy Fiddler on the Roof, Alexander. Goodbye.
Which is so funny because just like how much Klingons are into their lineage and their heritage and and like blood and family being such a strong part of their
blood and soil.
Yeah, but it's just like it's such an integral part of their society, and he's just like, nope. But yeah, it's just like so when Worf sees Jadzia is just like, oh yeah, I have my own Batleth, and
that's hot.
I fucking actually got blood on it.
Yeah, honestly, like if a girl told me that, I'd be like, do you want to fuck? I mean, because I think you're flirting. I'm.
Is that what that is? Yeah. But yeah, it's a great episode. I mean, and I do love how Kor comes back, like, because that dude rocks. Dude slaps. He's like especially like the one where they go and find KLS's Batleth and stuff, and it's just that one's so good. And like the whole everything, it all rocks.
Yeah, the Klingon Caper episodes are all great. I love fucking Klingons going out and doing a thing.
Yeah,
whether it's a battle, an adventure. God, Klingons are just so much fun. Yeah. The most interesting race to me in Star Trek, I think.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
I fucking love them so much.
Yeah, like especially since like they've been, Ronald D. Moore and Michael Dorn fleshed them out so much. It's like They're awesome. We love them. It's like Viking samurais.
Viking samurai.
Viking samurais.
Hey, you're not wrong. That's a pretty apt way to.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all about like honor and code, but at the same time, they're kind of pillage coded. I don't know. Like,
they're also just like
kind of colonial coded,
drunken messes, who just like conquering and partying and just being cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I'd like to be a Klingon.
Yeah, why not?
Drinking, fucking, flying around on a big
I'm not sure
boat.
if I can get vegan ga though.
Definitely not.
No,
they don't like. They're not into veganism.
I'd just be eating spaghetti. They'd just be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
They would hate me.
They would.
Yeah.
Noodle eater.
Noodle eater. That ain't
noodle eater.
That ain't ga.
Yeah. Yeah. This episode's fucking great. Love it. I'd give it a solid 9 out of 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Among one of the most fun episodes of DS9 and one of the best early episodes of DS9 in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely is. Yeah, and it does a lot of world building for our friends here, and it's definitely if you were to, it's hard, when you want to put together a list of essential Deep Space Nine episodes for someone to watch. If someone asked you
this is an essential Klingon episode.
It's essential Klingon
and an essential Jadzia Dax episode.
Yeah, you would have to because almost I would say all of them. You have to watch all of them, but it's just but yeah, you would have to if you wanted to set up different setting up different storylines. This would have to be definitely essential Klingon story,
and it's part of the Core's arc.
On a Core's arc, and
part of Jadzia's arc.
And so yeah, it's almost it almost has to be baked into the main episodes you have to watch if you were to suggest core episodes to watch. So.
Yeah, hardcore.
KOR.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a core playlist.
Make a core playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go out and watch it if you haven't seen it already.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, fucking A. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you want to leave it there?
Yeah, why not?
Alrighty. Well, thanks for joining us, Soyagers. It's been real nice. I have been Comrade Britt.
And I'm Comrade Pat.
If you want to check out more of our stuff, go to patreon.com/dumbidiotbs or listen to our other podcasts, The Media Dungeon and Dumb Idiot Bullshit.
Yeah.
Both fun.
Both super fun.
Well.
All right. Well, thanks for checking with the soy boys, girls, and other little beans.
Hang dong and shocker.
And you're blowing a fat load all over the place. Blow a fat load all over the face. Blow a fat load in outer space.